All right, we made it to Magic Kingdom. The monorail was way behind and slow, and they're going really slow for some reason. Like this one right in front of me here. There's too many people or something, and they're waiting because I don't think they can get everybody on and off fast enough. We're at Magic Kingdom, and we're about 15 minutes before 4 o'clock, and that massive crowd over there is all the people waiting to get into the party. So we're not gonna stand there in the sun and bake for 15 minutes. So we're just sitting here on a nice bench on the path down to the boats under the monorail track until it's actually 4 o'clock and we can get in. Last year when Ben and I were here on this same night, the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, it was nothing like this. We came like 4:30 and we literally just walked right in. And this is a nightmare. We saw the line start moving. We thought we were gonna go right into the turnstiles, but it's a bait and switch, and they're taking us in this big back and forth queue. It's a lot of people. Okay, we're here, and we put our stuff in the locker, and now we're hoping to catch a train, although we're probably not gonna get this one that's coming right now. We're gonna take the train to either Frontierland or Fantasyland.
Changing scenery means we've left the rattle and rumble of that old gold mine behind and entered my favorite leg of the journey. Lush wilderness, calm waters, and untamed beauty. Folks, we're in nature's wonderland. Isn't it something? Just think of the extraordinary things to see and do in these woods. Hiking trails, bird calls, fireflies, and starry nights. Setting out for adventure at sunrise, telling the tale around a campfire that night. Considering how wonderful things are out here, I'm fortunate that some of my closest friends call it home. That village is a truly special place.
The light is very lovely right now. Okay, so It's a Small World took us like 40 minutes between the line and the ride. I don't know what was going on there. It was just backed up terribly, and I think they were having technical problems and stuff. People kept sticking their hand in the water. One more kid stuck their hand in the water, I was gonna lose it. Don't stick your hand in the water. Cast members were yelling at people to get their hand out of the water, but...
Okay, so we've discussed this sort of briefly amongst ourselves as we've moved along, but two things that I don't think have detracted from our personal experience, but I think have detracted just a little bit from the general experience. First of all, there's a lot of refurbishment going on, and we've been surprised to see how overt it is.
Like this. What is that? There's no theming on that scrim at all. It's just a big brown sheet.
So yeah, usually Disney would theme all of the refurbishment and we'd never see a thing. But here we're seeing like, oh, big piles of dust. And it's like, come on.
Yeah, it's not, they're not being very...
No.
Yeah.
Secondly, not all of them, but a good number of the cast and crew members seem kind of done.
Weary.
It's just weird. It seems kind of weary. Like they don't really want to be doing this right now. And I don't know if it's just because we keep approaching them like later in the day, but we could use a little more Disney pep.
Yeah. Another thing I will say that has bothered us. Okay, folks, what is your problem with entering the lightning lane? Okay, what is happening there? You walk up, you tap your Mickey, and you move on, okay? I don't know what the deal is. I don't know what if people have to stop and get it off their phone because they don't have a magic band, then it makes sense. But we keep running into these big groups, like big family groups, And they're standing there in a huge group right in front of the legging lane entrance doing, I don't know what. Get your act together. Don't walk up to it until you have the thing ready to scan. And then why are you standing there having a conversation? Move! Get out of the way. I don't know what that's about. It's driving me crazy. Here's our current situation. Ben and I are sitting here on the where they do the pirate thing across from Pirates of the Caribbean. Megan went on Pirates of the Caribbean by herself because okay. For those of you who are wondering how I'm doing with my mobility issues right now, I have a new one. There is something wrong with my right big toe. I don't know what's wrong with it. It looks absolutely horrible. I noticed it on the first night that we were here. I really don't know what's wrong, but it looks really, really bad and it's very painful. So now my problem is I can't stand in line. I can walk. Walking is fine. But if I have to stand still, the pain in my toe is unbearable. And the other problem I'm having is when I sit on a ride. We've discovered that the seats on most of the rides are very, what would you call them?
Too low.
Narrow? Short?
Too low.
No, it's not the lowness. Well, for you they're too low. The distance between, like, if you're sitting against the back of the seat and like the front of the seat, it ends at about mid-thigh, and that's right where I have that horrible pain. And so when I have to sit on a ride, it really, really kills my leg. And so then after I'm on a ride, I can't walk very well for a while because my leg hurts so bad. But as far as like walking, I'm completely fine. So it's standing still and sitting on rides. Sitting on like regular furniture is fine. Yeah, so this is a problem. The other thing that we can't figure out is Ben and I are trying to figure out what we did last year between 4 and the party starting. Because we feel like we were much more productive and had a better time.
I think we just went on
What did we?
We went on rides.
Yeah, we think we went on rides, but
And we had fast passes.
no, we couldn't have. There's no, we didn't have park tickets that day. You can't get Genie Plus if you don't have a park ticket.
I think we did. Well, we definitely went on a Big Thunder, but then
I can't remember what we did. I'm gonna have to go back and watch last year's video because I just feel like we wasted all our time here between 4 and 6 when the park closes and accomplished nothing. I mean, we rode It's a Small World, and now Megan's trying to go on Pirates, but we're not on it, and we're just sitting here. And I don't know what we did last year because it just feels like we wasted so much time. It wasn't even worth coming in here at 4 o'clock. So that's kind of disappointing. And the park closes for regular guests at 6, so you are seeing a lot of people right now leaving and going toward the exits. Oh, also, little note. We really like the ribbons that they gave us this year for wristbands. Last year they were like plastic, but we discovered, because Ben accidentally tightened his, that there is no way to loosen it. And I went up and asked one of the cast members, and he said they're designed that way so you cannot loosen it so that people don't lose them. And I said, well, my son tightened his and it's hurting him now. And so he said, well, if he comes to me, I can cut it off and give him a new one. But then he kind of scolded you.
No, he was just funny.
He
said, I looked at it earlier and you know, open it, and he's like, don't play with it.
Okay, he said, don't play with it.
Why was he scolding me?
Just to remind you.
Disney cast member.
Yeah, but I mean, the point is leave it alone. Don't try to tighten or loosen it because you really can't. And then there's no way to get them off except to cut them off. So I don't know how the thousands of people that are here tonight are going to be able to cut these off because most of us are not going to have access to scissors. I forgot about the 6 o'clock party exclusive virtual queue for Tron. And it's 6:15 now and the virtual queue is already all full and taken. So I don't know if we're going to get to ride Tron because I forgot that. Alright, we are at dinner at Skipper Canteen. And we're right in the middle of the restaurant, under good light.
Mention that we actually got in a few minutes. We actually got in a few minutes ahead of our reservation.
Yes, we did.
It's 6:28 right now.
I checked in, we sat down, and they called us.
Yeah.
We didn't even have time to sit there and have a conversation. So if you haven't seen this before, the theming in here is really, really good. There's a lot of details. There's the secret Society of Explorers and Adventurers is back in that room. There's some really interesting book titles on that shelf over there. Here's the menu. Megan just ordered this. I probably am going to get the same thing I always get because I like it so much. A little more adventurous food here than you'll see in a lot of parts. They do have also...
It says adventures.
Yeah. They also have wine and spirits and stuff here. Okay, what do you think?
It's really good. It tastes exactly like a dream bar.
Oh,
They got that like spot on.
like an orange creamsicle type?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
It says
It's really
this.
good.
It says this virtual queue has concluded its service for now.
Yeah, I know. I already saw that.
The whipped cream really adds to it. I
Okay.
like it a lot. I'm glad I got this. It's very light and like fruity a little bit, but not like overwhelming.
Megan made a good point that the theming in here reminded her of another restaurant in Animal Kingdom, and we had trouble thinking of what it was, but what was it, Meg?
Yak and Yeti.
Yeah, it does. It has very similar theming to Yak and Yeti, and if I remember right, even the dishes are similar. Or no, they're like Pandora. They're like Sautilli Canteen, the dishes. But she's right. The theming is like Yak and Yeti, but Yak and Yeti is an Asian restaurant, and it's actually not run by Disney. It's run by an outside company. The same people that own like T-Rex and Rainforest Cafe run Yak and Yeti. Can't think of what that company's called, but anyway. Megan did have a little trouble figuring out something on the menu here to order. This can be a challenging place to order from.
There were a surprisingly limited number of options.
Yep. Last time we were here, Ben ended up getting the steak off the kids menu, which was perfect for him, and he was going to get it again tonight. But he found something off the regular menu that he wanted to try instead. So I'll show you what we get when the food gets here. We're very cold. We think part of the reason is because the air conditioning's on really heavy in here, but we're really cold. So Megan ran to the front of Main Street to get our sweatshirts. She should be back soon. The food was just delivered. So here's what we got. I got the vegetable crew stew, which I got last time, which I like very much. Ben got the sustainable fish.
Yes.
Okay. And Megan got a noodle bowl with the shrimp on the side because she doesn't like shrimp.
Hello, it's me again. So, because it is quite chilly in the Skipper Canteen for some odd reason, I ran back out to the locker rentals to get our sweaters out of the lockers. And in the process of doing that, I noticed a couple things. First of all, the park, obviously, as it is closed now and has been for an hour, is much emptier than it was at the beginning. Main Street is quite busy, but that's only because people are lining up for the parade. But there are now people, cast and crew members, with the fun Christmas outfits everywhere. And the entirety of the hub is roped off, and there are cast members stationed at every possible point, checking your wristbands going both ways.
Okay.
So that I had to hold up my wristband quite a few times.
Okay, so you just show it going out and coming back
Yes.
in. Okay.
Well, going into the hub.
Oh, okay.
Then when I went to exit the park, kind of where the lockers were, I didn't have to show it. But then coming back in to the main part of the park, I had to show it, and then going back in to come here
To Adventureland.
to Adventureland, I had to show it again.
Okay. Do you want to talk about your food?
Yeah. I should have ordered off the kids menu. I know I'm an adult, but sometimes I just need me some chicken. And I was having a really hard time finding something to order off the main menu. And what I did order, I thought I was gonna like it, but I just didn't really like it. It just wasn't my kind of thing. So,
And Ben, we specifically got this reservation because Ben had been asking for 2 days. Ben,
look how forlorn he is.
he'd been asking for 2 days for the steak that he got here last time. And he got the sustainable fish. He actually, did you eat all the fish? He ate about 2/3 of the fish.
No, I didn't. You could see the top. It was all in the soup.
Oh, okay.
I
It
had
was
like
like
3
a
bites.
soup. It was kind of strange. So now they're bringing Ben his steak. And they're bringing Megan her chicken. And I'm kind of curious to see. I don't think she's going to charge us for the meals that the kids didn't eat, but we'll see. But she sounded like she wasn't going to. And same thing happened yesterday at Mama Melrose's. I didn't like my meal either and sent it back immediately as soon as I saw it. And they brought me the same thing as Megan. And they didn't charge me for that.
That one makes more sense though. These we did actually.
Yeah, that's true. I hadn't even touched it.
You hadn't even set it down on the table. But yeah.
That's kind of more like what they would do on the cruise line. Cruise line, you don't like something or you want two of something or whatever, it doesn't cost any different. So I don't know if they're just carrying that same customer service philosophy over to table service restaurants. I don't know. We'll see. I'll let you know. Okay, so here's my dessert. And here's Ben's steak and broccoli.
I hope it's well done.
It does. It looks well done. And here's Megan's chicken and broccoli. So now they're happy. And he was very nice about it.
They did not charge us for the meals that Ben and I sent back. They only charged us for the kids' meals. So that was very nice of them and generous.
Okay, we're having a lot more fun now because we literally walked right on Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, Pirates of the Caribbean, and then Haunted Mansion. Walked right on. Super fun to be able to get on rides that quick. The first parade is going on right now. The kids went to get a treat from Columbia Harbor House. We skipped the first treat we passed at Tortuga Tavern because it was eggnog and gingerbread. And Ben being lactose intolerant, eggnog's not good for him, and Megan doesn't like eggnog, and then neither of them really cares for gingerbread. So they're going to get that one, and I'm just waiting here by the Tangled bathrooms for them to catch up to me. And then we're gonna go try to get in line for a character. Although as we walk past it, I'm gonna check the time for Peter Pan's flight because if we can get on that, I wanna do that. We're currently in line to meet Pooh and friends. Megan and Ben have gotten true treats. What'd you guys get?
So first we got a hot chocolate and a chocolate chip cookie, and now we got hot chocolate and red velvet cookies.
Okay, quick timing note. We've been in line for this for 45 minutes.
40 minutes.
And we've had to wait through 2 of the characters' breaks. We're now second in line and they just came back from their second break. So just, if you want to meet characters, be prepared for that to be a significant time suck in the party. Okay, we met the Pooh characters and got our pictures taken with them. I think they really like it when you talk to them and interact with them. We're in line now for Pooh, which unfortunately went up from a walk-on to a 15-minute wait while we were meeting the Pooh characters. And the fireworks start in 15 minutes and they're actually testing them right now. We don't know what to do because we have too many things we want to do. We want to see the fireworks, but we have a bunch more rides we want to go on. But we decided that the Pooh characters is the only characters we're going to try to meet. And I don't know that we need any more treats, do we? No, no more treats. So after this, our goal is just to see the fireworks, hopefully, the second parade, and go on rides. Fireworks started right as we got off the Pooh ride, and so we're in exactly the same spot as we were last year on the bench outside the bathrooms behind Pinocchio Village House. So not a great view from here. You can see them a little bit over the castle and then some are behind us here. But both Megan and Ben really needed to go to the bathroom, and so we needed to come here by the bathrooms anyway. So I had really hoped to see the fireworks this year from the front of the castle, but we just didn't have enough time to get over there. For the most part, yeah. And then we met the Pooh characters. Yes. And then we went on Pooh, and then we basically saw. No, that was before the fireworks.
Yeah, it was.
Then we went on. We lucked out and got on Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Yeah. Right before the line built back up. As soon as the fireworks ended, we were right at the entrance, and so we just ran on. So that was fun. And then we went to the parade.
This is the TTA Blue Line, non-stop service around Tomorrowland.
and somebody spilled a drink on the kids just made it after the parade to Space Mountain, which has a holiday overlay. And I was waiting at the bottom of People Mover.
Greetings, intergalactic travelers. Welcome aboard the People Mover, presented by Enterprise.
And
I'm
it was going smoothly, and then somebody spilled a drink and it shut the whole ride down. But we only had to wait, what, a few minutes?
My stars, is there ever
But we were just worried the park was going to close because the park is closed now. But they let us get on People Mover, so this is our last ride of the night.